Alright, folks, so this is Acid Roots here. Got more Donkey Kong Country 2 after a good while. I kind of took a sabbatical after Super Punch-Out, because that was really a pain in the arse of a game to beat. But now I'm back with this game, and essentially I started this game up in April, so we need to get this show on the road. We're basically right in the smack dab middle of the game. I mean, this is World 4 of 7, so we've just got to look at some of the tougher stages, and that should be about it. Now, I could do the Lost World, but I'm not really going to beat this game 102%. I just feel like, not for the reception I've been getting, so I'm just kind of... But I do feel like doing these videos and having this to add to the collection of games that I can beat. It's just a nice little package here. But yeah, so we don't really make much like stage progress in this video, just because the whole thing about it is the stages are a little bit tougher, and I go back to the bonuses and I get kind of pissed off. So yeah, we just kind of run in place a little bit. So we're still in World 4, but we should be at the next world after this next video or so. But yeah, there's only like 5 stages per world. I mean, I think some Donkey Kong games will do 6, but I think if they kept it like at 5 per world in this one. So we do make decent progress. So yeah, when we talk about these carnival stages, I don't know if I said this in the last episode, but I would have liked for, like, as you can see this carnival in the background here, I would have liked for like a carnival stage on the ground with like some balloons all over the place and like clown enemies. It would have been pretty slick. I mean, what they're essentially trying to show is that the enemies made them like a negative amusement park for their own, gain and pleasures. And the whole situation about it is the only real experience you get with that amusement park is just the roller coaster ride. So I would have liked to have seen more, and there could have been like a Ferris wheel in the background. I mean, that's just the sort of thing. I mean, there's like a game called like Arrow the Acrobat that's specifically centered as a theme on like amusement parks and fairs and stuff. So I would have liked to, kind of had some of those stages. I just feel like this amusement park theme was kind of underused in this project. I mean, it was clever because there's not too many video games having to do with roller coasters back in the 90s, but it was still kind of, very trite. So that's my suggestion, 27 years later, but you get the idea. In the meantime, I just lose a life here. So this kind of happens to be the situation. So yeah, things have been going well. Got stuff going on. If you're following my vlog channel, Acidic Roots, I've got new fellows showing up. I've been particularly obsessed with like certain foods, but those videos are not going to debut until like late September, October, and as far as that's concerned, I mean, it's going to be fun if you're following my vlog channel to kind of mess with that. So I mean, if you do catch this video and you hear about what I'm talking about, look around on this channel and you'll find my vlog channel. Just fuck with it. So kind of an extra thing, but there's some big holidays coming up. I do celebrate October's Eve. I don't know if you, especially if you're out of the United States, you may not know what that is, but that's September 30th. It's a mini party day that I've created that I like to celebrate every year. It's like my 4th annual time celebrating it. I mean, I've liked the day before, but as far as like publicly celebrating it is kind of the thing. But yeah, so goodies are coming there, and I'd also have to say, of course, there's Halloween and things like that coming, so all sorts of stuff. Yeah, it's been pretty low-key, having to clean out the house and stuff, which, just doing that sort of work. I mean, it's fine, that, housework is okay when it's like 7, 8, or not, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, I don't know how some of your summers are across like the world if you're watching this out of the United States, but yeah, 95-degree weather is not pleasant to do housework in. I just have to say, I mean, normally I can keep my composure, but that's just, That happens to be a thing there, so. And plus, this is humid. That's really what's the bug part. If it was just hot, I mean, it's the hot air that gets on your nerves, but yeah. This game doesn't feel like as much of a summer game as like the first one did. Doesn't really have like the jungle stages, and I mean it does have like the pirate theme, but they didn't really have like a seasonal theme. I mean there's not really snow stages in this either, so I mean there's ice later on you'll see ice stages, but you're not going to really see snow stages. So some games will do that. You know, when I'm used to like games like Donkey Kong and Super Mario and stuff, and Sonic in some cases, where, you know, usually later on in the game there's like a snow stage, but sometimes they won't do it, and it just feels like you're kind of getting gypped when they don't do an ice world. I mean, I typically, even though I don't always like ice worlds, it's almost like expected that they would be in the game, just because it kind of shows progression as far as like how the game goes. But you know, I guess you could just say some people just don't believe in winter, so kind of happens to be a thing, but it's kind of, yeah. I'm thinking what else has been going on. This stage kind of gives me a little bit of trouble. I mean, I kind of thought thing about this is I haven't played this game in years, but I still would have to say that it still knows how to piss me off when it wants to. Is because you think you can sail through it. I mean, especially trying to do it 102%. I mean, I would really be griping if I were to do that. But that's kind of the thing. Is losing my train of thought. But that's kind of. I mean, this truly becomes a lot more of a challenge when you do 102%, getting all the bonuses. I mean, I had to use, when I was younger, I had to use the guidebook, you know, the one that Nintendo made for you and stuff, so that was how I was able to complete this game. There wasn't YouTube back in 1998, so that was kind of, but yeah. Some of this, I mean, this is simple stuff if you're good at Mario games, but really, it does have just enough tricks to kind of make it not like a complete breeze. I still think this game is easier than the first Donkey Kong Country, so that's kind of... These enemies kind of piss me off to keep jumping on them, and I go back up on, like, the vine in a little while, you'll see. You know, it's kind of forced, it's spoiled the fact that I'm going to die here, so... But, yeah, get used to the parrot in this stage, you're going to need him. Yeah, I had some Taco Bell today. Just kind of had a Chalupa Supreme that felt real good. I mean, I've been kind of taking a break from Taco Bell. Cobalt still likes that place, but I've been kind of taking a break from Taco Bell, and yeah, I just haven't been there as much this summer. It's been kind of absent. I have been going to McDonald's a lot. I mean, I need to start getting those crispy chickens again. Yeah, right now there's the Sweetie meal that's in circulation, so I've been seeing that pressed. I don't know, I mean, the thing about the Sweetie meal, I like the idea behind it, but it's basically just the same food. It's just a Big Mac, a Sprite, French fries, and chicken nuggets. So it's like, you know, it's not like it's, I mean, I know it probably would have been difficult for McDonald's, but I know if that had been Taco Bell that the Sweetie meal would have been at, it would have been like, you know, some specific, like they do with nacho fries, something that really was going to be around for a limited time. McDonald's doesn't really add menu items too often. Taco Bell will kind of do that more, but the thing that pisses me off about Taco Bell is just they'll take away good items when you start getting used to them, and you're like, oh, this should stick around for a while, and it was just like a 6-week or 7-week thing or something, so not particular. Need more McDonald's. I have to go there. just made thinking about it. I mean, I've got dinner planned, but just made thinking about McDonald's kind of like, I should totally just have a cheat meal and do that. A cheat meal on top of this having, it's not like I'm about to have like a salad or something like that, so. Think of what else has been going on. Got some new Dickies pants. They're a nice shade of teal. I found that to be a good color. If you don't know what the color teal is, it's turquoise. It's like a different shade of that. So got some turquoise Dickies. I'm a fan of the Dickies pants. Slacks. They're not jeans, they're slacks. I'm wearing those for a while. I still wear jeans occasionally, but not nearly as much as I did as like a teenager. But yeah, we're getting the show on the road. So like I said, I mean, this is like the second stage that we've actually played in this video, and 15 minutes is almost passed, so. But the whole thing about it is, I mean, you really do have to press the B button when you have the parrot, just because, I mean, they're trying to emphasize that the monkeys are heavy and it takes a lot to carry them, so you do have to press the button a lot to make him flap his wings better. So, but it just feels like, I don't know, it seems like the mechanics for that were different in the first Donkey Kong Country. I may be wrong, but it just seems like he should be a little bit more floaty. I mean, obviously when you just have the parrot by himself, I mean, honestly, it's not. But yeah, like I said, the weight is a concern here, even when you only have one chimp, so. Yeah, I got a Bubba Sparks CD, so I've been messing with that. I mean, it's not, it's a decent CD. I mainly got it for like the song Miss New Booty. That's actually, that's such a lackadaisical kind of club song. I mean, that's the thing. It was just such a roundabout kind of one-hit wonder kind of thing, but it still wound up being pretty good jaunt as far as like a club track and stuff. It definitely excites. Like last fall, back in the fall of 2020, I listened a lot to like the song Laffy Taffy by D. Pharrell. I mean, if you're not a fan of rap, you may not know what I'm talking about, but there's a song called Laffy Taffy that was #1, and then they actually had a follow-up song released as a single, which means the second radio song. So I listened to both of those songs, but those are like the only 2 hits that they have, so I just listened to those just to kind of have like a nice basement theme as I had my private quarantine party. Yeah, COVID was pretty nasty last year. I mean, it's still pretty nasty this year, but I mean, at least this year you have an alternative to reducing the sheer amount of strain that it puts on like society. But yeah, I'm just kind of, I mean, the main thing is it feels good to kind of have some new tunes, The problem with it is, it's just there's so much nowadays music that just doesn't have like enough. I mean, I try listening to some of it, but I need distinction. I need like, unfortunately, where I live in Missouri, they are not too fond of like hardcore rap unless it hits like #1 or #2 on the Billboard 100. Which is like the main commercial ranking of music around these parts. So this is kind of the thing. I mean, yeah, I mean the song, like I said, a rap song has to hit #1, #2 to get spins around my area in Missouri. But so yeah, we'll cover some more of this in part 8. So stay tuned, subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night.